Justice League of America joins the new DC Universe thanks to Uber artist and writer Brian Hitch. In issue number 1, the League faces an alien invasion that is somehow connected to ancient Krypton. Brian's here to give us a sneak peek.
I know the solicitations have said this big alien invasion force, and that's certainly what that enormous cover indicates, but the cover itself is kind of like a red herring. The cover, the big 7-part cover, is just an excuse for me to draw the 7 key characters kicking the bejesus out of anybody. That's like a scene all of its own. That's not reflective of the story. The story's a little bit different. There's a character from Superman's past that anybody who's read comics for as long as I have will have heard of this character, but nobody has ever seen him before. It's a character often mentioned in, especially in the Kurt Swan run of Superman back in the 60s, 70s and 80s. But what I wanted to do is introduce an antagonist, protagonist character who puts them in an unusual position. A character that, as readers, we could find ourselves certainly agreeing with a lot, in fact, because it isn't such a clear-cut, good guys fight bad guys by hitting him an awful lot, or blasting him with a power beam or a lasso. This isn't anywhere near as clear-cut as that, though it's still huge scale, world-spanning, actually bigger than world-spanning. It's enormous stuff with the typical widescreen storytelling style I'm known for. So anybody who thinks it's going to be, 7 or 8 issues of people talking to each other are going to be disappointed.
Give me a quick tease of what we can expect in future issues of Justice League of America.
Well, I'm determined to always do new villains. I want unexpected. I want to try and make you think about the villain's point of view. There will be appearances by familiar villains too, but they won't be the real kind of bad guy for the story. And I also I see this thing as a much larger tapestry than a single story arc. The way I've been kind of equating it to Brian Cunningham, the editor, is it's like Game of Thrones. You have a single massive sprawling volume, which is fantastic, but it's also part of a much bigger story in itself. It's an epic. If I had my way, I'd probably do 7 story arcs where each one of the core characters gets to be really upfront more than the others and leads the kind of the core of that story. So, and yes, I do have ideas for all of that and beyond. So I think, they'd have to prise this book out of my cold, dead fingers.
Citizens, we have an important political announcement. The future is in your hands this month. Vote Beth Ross for Prez.
Beth has fresh ideas and balances youthful optimism and real-world experience that's needed to get this great nation back on track.
Plus, she's got a sweet star-spangled puffy coat that proves she's the patriot that America needs in the White House.
A vote for Prez is a vote for the future of the United States.
I'm Beth Ross, and I approve this message.